BBC Radio Kent.
Good afternoon, 6 minutes past 3. Yes, it's certainly busy across the county. Stay with us at BBC Radio Kent. We'll keep you in touch and entertained as well. Next, as part of our new Health, Wealth and Happiness series, we welcome back Action Jackson, who will join us, the UK Ambassador for Happiness, here to share a couple more of his 10 steps to happiness.
Hamash. BBC Radio Kent.
And you can dance for inspiration. Come on, come on, come on. I'm waiting. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove you're to me. Yeah. Get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat, boy, what will it be? Music can be such a revelation. Dancing around, you feel the sweet sensation. We might be lovers if the rhythm's right. I hope this feeling never ends tonight. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night, I lock the door where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight, I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove you're to me. Yeah, get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat, boy, what will it be? Wanna get to know you in a special way. This doesn't happen to me every day. Don't try to hide it, love, there's no disguise. I see the fire burning in your eyes. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night, I lock the doors where no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight, I wanna dance with someone else. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Yeah, get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat, boy, what will it be? Yeah, live out your fantasy here with me. Just let the music set you free. Touch my body, move in time. Now I know you're mine. Get into the groove, boy, you got to prove your love to me. Get up on your feet, yeah, step to the beat, boy, what will it be? Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. At night, I lock the door when no one else can see. I'm tired of dancing here all by myself. Tonight, I wanna dance with someone else. Live out your fantasy here with me. Just let the music set you free. Touch my body, move in time. Now I know you're mine. 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 You got to get into the groove, boy. You got to prove your love to me. Yeah.
from the film Desperately Seeking Susan. You remember Madonna in Into the Groove at BBC Radio Kent. Right, let's get into health, wealth and happiness. Our series concentrating on all three elements there. And it's a pleasure to welcome back the UK Ambassador for Happiness. Action Jackson is here. How are you, Jackson?
I am doing amazing. Pat, how are you doing on this wonderful sunny day?
Oh, I'm loving it. I know some people say, oh, it drains you and it gets you down, but you've just got to embrace it, haven't you?
Oh, you've got to. Just get yourself a glass of water or some pina colada or something and just enjoy it.
Good. Okay, then. Now, we are making our way, with your help, through 10 steps to happiness. We're up to steps 3 and 4 today. Number 3 on the list, I see, you're advising us to consume less and yet create more. How do we go about this?
Well, you know what? Sometimes we find ourselves using a lot of things, but when we create, there is a feeling that's attached to creation, and one of the things you can do if you was to write a blog, something comes through you, or you record a video, or you clean that cabinet, that's part of creation. So you don't have to be artistic to create. Creation is about transforming something from one form to another. So rather than just watching, eating, and just consuming, I think let something come through you. That's what creation. Like you, as a great host for the BBC Radio Kent, you're creating. And that's a way. I'm sure it makes you feel happy.
Well, it does. Whether or not it makes anybody else feel happy is questionable, I suppose. How much do you need to create? Do you need to create something every day or put little goals in place to get you through each day?
Well, I would say, like, for instance, I'm doing a bit of DIY, turning my garage into an office. So, I've been on this project now for the last 3 weeks. So every day I do a little bit every day, and that's part of my daily ritual of creating. So you could set yourself aside 20 minutes, maybe drawing or doing poetry or even dancing actually is a good one. Anything that challenges you. Cooking, probably. Do you cook, Pat?
Yeah, I cook from time to time. I was saying only yesterday, I'm a dab hand at the microwave. I know how to pierce film lid. Certainly, yes.
Yeah, so that is creation. So I don't want people to think creation is something great. It's just the simple things that makes you smile, and it's got to challenge you. That's part of it.
Now, look, I just want to pick you up on that. You say it's got to challenge you. What if, for example, you set about maybe doing a DIY job or maybe doing a little bit of art, which will challenge you, but you turn out not to be very good at that? That's going to dishearten rather than make you happy, isn't it?
Well, that's the joy of it. See, life is about going from zero to hero, zero to hero, zero to hero. And whenever many people face the resistance, they tend to run rather than stick with things. So the moment you get disheartened, take a time out, come back to it the next day, and you find that you would have improved just by an inch. And that's what it's all about. One improvement at a time. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Happiness is about the journey.
And is it a journey that we ever reach a destination at? Or are you constantly learning, do you think?
Well, you know what? We're constantly learning. We're evolving. We're growing. So there shouldn't be an end to it. It's just this continuous celebration and evolution as human beings, So it's a process rather than an end. You don't want it to end. When it's ended, then that's the end of us as human race. And we don't want it to end. We want it to just keep evolving.
Okay. We don't want you to end. So stay with us. We'll break for some music in a moment and be back with Action Jackson at BBC Radio Kent as part of our Health, Wealth and Happiness series.
I hear the rhythm of waves hitting on the shore, and I can swear they're speaking. They're telling me to relax, I'm not good at that, but now I know I need it. I said, ooh, now what you do? But then I tell the truth. I said, yeah, I'm Venice Beach, got sand all in my shoes. Ooh, unlock me loose, see the sunset from the roof. Yeah, that crystal blue, and I came out someone new. Hey, and in my soul I feel it, and I try to keep it cool. Way here in my soul I feel it, and I found a piece of me that I never knew. You got my heart and I'm head over heels in love in California, dreaming.
dream, yeah. Touching the stars and then dragging them down to earth like California. Feeling. Oh, now what you do? You're proud to tell the truth. Yeah, down on the beach, I'm staying out late for you. Oh, unlock your lips, see the sunset from the roof. Yeah, you got to me, and I came out someone new. Hey, yeah. And in my summer feelings, and I'm trying to keep it cool. Hey, here in my summer feelings, and I found a piece of me that I never knew. I'm melting like ice cream. The stress is gone for me. Nowhere I'd rather be. Hey, yeah. And in my summer feelings, and I'm trying to keep it cool. Hey, here in my summer feelings, and I found a piece of me that I never knew. Hey, yeah. And in my summer feelings, and I'm trying to keep it cool. Hey, here in my summer feelings, and I found a piece of me that I never knew.
Lennon Stella together with Charlie Puth at BBC Radio Kent and Summer Feelings. It is Thursday afternoon, 17 minutes past 3. Action Jackson is here with us today as we continue his 10 steps to happiness. So we've learned we need to consume less and create more. That I was just thinking back, actually consuming less isn't particularly easy because you get to a standard, don't you? And then you kind of feel you're missing out if you don't hit that every day.
Yeah, exactly. I think life is about, living with less. According to research, 80% of the clothes we own, we don't really use. They just sit there. They just make us feel good that it's there. I think, one man's trash is another man's treasure. By taking your clothes and giving it away, it's a form of creation, and you're making space for life to come into your surroundings.
Okay, all right. We'll move on to step 4 in your list of 10 then. This sounds simple. I don't know how simple it's going to be. Frown less and smile more, you say. What's the science behind this then, Jackson?
Listen, studies have shown that when a person is truly smiling, it affects certain muscles that actually makes you feel happy or joyful. So this is one of my favorites, because when you smile, it really does lift and it releases chemicals in your brain, because the brain says, hold on, wait. It sends a signal to your brain to say smiling equals happiness. Why are they smiling? I don't know, just release chemicals in their brain and their body. But many people don't do that. They're just allowing their thoughts to arrest their mind, but smiling, an easy thing to do, remarkable results it yields.
Really? And what you're saying results in our actual emotional health?
Most definitely, because when you smile, it represents something. Also, research has also shown that when you smile, you're likely to live longer. And, Pat, you look more attractive when you smile. You look more attractive when you smile.
Oh, that is so true. Yes. Does it boost your immune system? There's some sort of theory that actually smiling physically makes a change in your body. Do you go along with that or not?
Oh, I'm a great believer in that. You only have to do it. For everyone listening right now, just put a smile on your face and see how you feel, and it does boost your emotional health, and it's closely related to physical health as well. So since smiling means that you are happy, and getting happy about the very act of smiling, you will likely live longer, and you feel more relaxed when you smile as well. So please, 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 everyone should be smiling. This is the assignment. I think we should all smile 3 times a day. Put an alarm on your phone, morning, noon, and night. Time to smile. You can even put your phone on selfie mode, look at yourself and say, hey, gorgeous, how you doing today?
Yeah. Now, that would certainly make us smile, that would, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That is great advice. And the other thing is that, it's like everything, isn't it? What you give out is reflected in what you get back from other people. Yeah. So, for example, if I went around the office now, socially distanced, of course, and smiled at everybody, the likelihood is they would smile back at me.
Of course. And there is something in the brain called the mirror neuron, which mirrors the person in front of you. That's why please don't hang around people that don't smile, because your brain replicates their emotion. So you can actually take on people's emotion without realizing it. So stay away from people that don't smile. And if you have to be around them, you do the smiling so that they can follow your footsteps instead of you following their footsteps.
Action Jackson, you make us smile every week. Will you come back to us next Thursday?
I will be back without a shadow of a doubt.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.